how I became homeless was about 9 years ago, 8, 9 years ago. My back went out on me. So I couldn't work because I couldn't work. I couldn't stand on my feet for hours. I couldn't be on my feet maybe for an hour, 2 hours. I couldn't stand. I couldn't sit. I mean, that's how bad I was. And I couldn't work anymore. So I became homeless. I don't have no source of income. Um, so then I became homeless. This was back in Las Vegas. So to share the experience of homelessness, it's a mind-boggling situation. You're dealing with homelessness cause stress, depression, anxiety, all of it that falls in. Let me go back to 14 years ago where I did have issue of my own where I was alcoholic. 14 years ago, I quit. Homelessness is a thing when you become homeless with all you experience. Not because I quit drinking. Homelessness is a thing with all these issues you have, depression, this, with the mental stress you have of your own safety being on the streets. It doesn't matter if it's San Diego or Vegas, it carries the same issue where you lay down and you stress for hours, you know, you're going to be safe tonight. You're not going to be safe. Um, this issue could send me back to drinking. And homelessness on the streets is a way that people who become homeless deal with their stress. They don't want to deal with it. Like my back pain I had was an option to go back to drinking, to forget the pain, forget the stress of being homelessness. The streets are not safe. Like when I was in Vegas, where I sleep on the streets, I went there 9 o'clock one night to go to sleep on the sidewalk. And I see a couple cop cars. And I'm like, okay, I can't sleep here tonight. They're probably kicking us off. Well, I didn't walk away. I was like, let me go see what's happening. The cops are not arresting nobody. I'll go talk to them. And one of the officers says, do you have ID? I say, yes, I do. And I said, what's going on? He says, well, there's a guy in Vegas that's walking around with a golf club while people are sleeping, hitting them on the head and killing them. So they were there to warn us. Then another time was another guy was going around with a gun shooting people in the head while they were sleeping. But the cops came and warned us. They didn't run us out. They said, just be careful, watch out for each other. I was all over in San Diego sleeping. And then about 2 years ago, I passed by the Serving Seniors that Paul is the president of, and I slept right outside their door. And it was, out of all my time being homeless, it was one of the places I felt a little more safe sleeping. I was already 60, and the guys, I'm sleeping out there. I get up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I leave. I come back 8 o'clock at night. The guy says, why don't you go into the Serving Seniors? 60 years old. They feed you breakfast. They feed you lunch. You could charge your phone. They got a TV room. They got a activity room and everything. So I finally start coming in here. So about last year around September, I applied for my early retirement, which is not much. I cannot rent a place on my own with that kind of money. This place, Serving Seniors, they do have caseworkers for housing. Um, Through my medical insurance, I do have another housing navigator. Altogether, I got about three different organizations that's looking for housing for me because of my income. It's impossible. You go to the Housing Commission of San Diego, you call them and says, where are you at in the list? Oh, well, you start off at 10,000, now you're at 9,950, where it's impossible. My caseworker from my insurance company, she got an application in 20 low-income buildings that work with your income for 30%. And every one of them is a waiting list.